A very happy Tuesday and the first day of August. Would you look at that? It is August 1st. I know, I woke up today and I was like, yeah, it can slow down. I would like that a lot.
Please. Just a little bit. I have not made my way around all these Michigan lakes and beaches or shores and whatnot. Fairs as well. Speaking of, we've got a lot of really, really great things happening on Studio 10 today, starting with the fair. So, well, I should say starting with the fair, yes. Tomorrow, we are going to be going live from the Ingham County Fair. So myself, Claudia, and Nicole, all three of us, and Colton, our lovely meteorologist, we're all going to be out there outside at the Ingham County Fair, and we would really, really love to meet you guys and love to talk to you. We were there actually yesterday, and we got a sneak peek at some of the great rides and the food and everything that was there.
And everything. You guys have been showing us a lot of it.
A lot of it. So I'm I'm telling you, like, we've done a lot of shows.
She's like grabbing me like, you have to see it.
This is my favorite one. We're excited. I'm so excited for that. So we're going to be there, and we actually saw a few people yesterday. We would love to see more of you guys there. And we would love to just take photos with everyone and say hi. You may be able to be on Studio 10. You might be able to say coming up next and do some of our little teases and whatnot. It'd be really, really cool, but we need people to do it. So please come join us 3 or 4 o'clock. Same time as normal, but just in person rather than at home. So we have that going on. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Plus, again, like you said, it's August. It's the beginning of National Wellness Month. So very, very wonderful. We're going to talk a little bit about health and how we can kind of improve ourselves from the inside out, you know?
I like that.
I think a lot of times we talk about wellness and it's just what we can see, but it's also the way we feel. So and how we take care of ourselves, and sometimes those little habits that
the hidden health.
The hidden health and the little things that we think don't mean a lot actually can, doing that every single day, little by little by little, actually builds up a lot over time. So we're going to be talking about that a lot today as well.
It is the little things in life, even like saying, using your manners, like a please, a thank you, or like complimenting someone. Yeah. Like, that can go a long way.
A really long way. And because of that, we have a Studio 10 challenge. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to kind of carry habits all throughout the month or kind of stay consistent with them. But when you have a team of people that are holding you accountable, that kind of helps. So we're going to be talking about that today. And we have a calendar that you can check off days and things with us today. I made it, so please watch. Of course, watch. But
I should do that. Because
do it with me. Do it with me, Taylor.
Get some new healthy habits in there. All right.
All right. So we're doing
that. Month.
Wellness Month. Plus, it's Tuesday. You know what that means. What does that mean?
Take me home Tuesday.
That's right, Taylor.
I want a little guy.
So that little guy should be arriving sometime soon. So we're going to have somebody
know what the little one is?
No, we don't know.
Okay.
We never know until like
that is true. You told me that.
The show. So it's always a surprise
my eyes
for us.
out the door. Anytime I walk down the hallway to get ready for the Studio 10 teas, I'm always like, where is it?
That's one guest we don't have to worry about because somebody else will always escort the puppy or the kitty, and they'll say, everybody make way, take me home Tuesday. So if I didn't tell you, somebody else in the office would have told you.
Yes.
That, plus, it's also a table for 10. So it's a new segment that we've been doing where we're going to different restaurants all throughout the community, and we're talking a little bit, not just about what's the food on our plate, but how it got there, and talking about the cuisine and the culture and where it came from and all that great stuff.
So you're giving people a taste of that?
A little taste. I actually don't want to tell you what it is, but I did tease it a little bit on our Instagram, and first of all, not only is the food delicious, but it's hard to pronounce. So it was quite a learning lesson for us, too.
That's
also.
Cool that you can learn new things.
Yeah, but I will say it is European cuisine, and you can watch at 3 p.m. and find out where it is, and maybe you'll go, too.
Yum, yum, yum. All right, looking forward to that, Rochelle. Again, you can see Studio 10 tomorrow. They'll be live at Ingham County Fair from 3 until 4, their entire show. So you need to be on Studio 10. You can have your fair fun, and then you can check out Studio 10.
And they can go on a ride with us. I went yesterday.
That'd be fun.
My arms still hurt.
They hurt.
It was Top Gun.
Top
Gun. And there's no seatbelts. And there's no handlebars. So, you know, it brings the thing over you, like I don't know what that's called, but the harness thing. But that's all there is. So I was holding on to it tight. I was so scared. And normally I like thrilling things like that, but that was really, really scary. So I was really holding on to that really tight. And that was my little bicep workout.
You can get a workout in too. There it is.
Talking about wellness month, so there you go.
I like it, Rochelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to stay tuned with Studio 10? Here's where you can go. It is their website, their Instagram, as well as their email. And you can always check out their YouTube page as well at WILX Studio 10. If you're not subscribed already, hit that white subscribe button where the little mouse is over it right now. And you can watch any of their previous shows, any of the segments they've had on there. Of course, if you want to see them at the Ingham County Fair, anything like that, better yet, go check it out yourself. But hey, you can always watch back on at WILX Studio 10 on YouTube. But speaking of, we want to see what the weather is like so you can go to the fair. And Justin, for the first day of August, it is kicking off pretty nicely.
Yeah, not bad at all. And really, all these next couple of evenings going to be real nice. So you're going to want to free all those up when you can because we've got some great conditions for each of the next several days. Even the ones where we do have small chances for rain are likely earlier in the day. So your evenings look really good all week.
So I wanted to jump in here because I remembered in the 4 o'clock we have this coming up. But a supermoon is happening tonight.
Yes.
So it's going to be, I was looking it up earlier, if I can remember the number, 222,100 something miles away.
Yeah, not too bad.
So the moon is closer to us now. So tonight it'll be nice and bright and bold and beautiful. Will we have clear conditions?
I think so, yeah. For the overnight, for the folks looking to view that, should be able to do that. Now, supermoon, most people look at it, it's not going to be this giant, huge orb. It doesn't look, and a lot of people always make that comment. Whenever there's a supermoon, they say, oh, it's not that much bigger.
It's not going to take up the whole sky or even majority of the sky.
That's true, but compared to other times of year, it is a little bit brighter. It's noticeable if you're outside. For most people, you get a nice clear night, and I think that'll be one of the ones we have tonight.
All right, well, looking forward to it. We do want to take people outside for a look at the MSU Sky Cam.
Yeah, we'll take a look, and this kind of shows looking off towards the north and east. This is almost away from the plume of smoke that is way up high in the atmosphere. So you notice that the sky, it still has a little bit of the blue ting to it, but it's not quite as hazy out there. Now, you compare that to a different camera lens, which is maybe looking more towards the south and west, for instance, like the Capital City Sky Cam is, and you notice that the sky has a little bit more of that gray color than it does blue. And so that's kind of what we're seeing. Just depending on which direction you look in the sky, you'll notice it is a little bit more hazy. But the good news is that that's the upper atmosphere where that's taking place. We don't have as much of that coming down to the surface today. That's why we have not had any issues with air quality, and so that's certainly something that is good to see. Now, the wildfire smoke here, hour-by-hour model that we have moving forward, kind of shows that plume, and you can see it there. If you are looking off towards the tip of the thumb, that direction, north and east of our area, you may notice it's a little bit thinner out there. This will kind of linger with us, though, through the evening, and so you might notice this evening, which, by the way, the first sunset of the summer here that is going to be before 9 p.m. We don't get another sunset until after 9 until next May, and so we got a ways going forward, but we are still seeing the sunset at 8:58, 8:59, so that's not too bad either. Wildfire smoke eventually will fade away overnight, and then by the time we get to tomorrow, as you see here, we're back into some more pleasant conditions. The smoke will be bothering folks in Cleveland, Buffalo, Toronto. We will not have it as much here, and that'll be good moving forward to not deal with it this week. But the numbers are back in the mid to upper 70s. I do think we'll get to the low 80s this afternoon in the next hour or two, and then we'll see eventually some of the numbers work in this week into the mid and upper 80s. And you can see that heat further out towards the west. Places like Fargo, Glendive into the 90s. Wichita's at an even 100 degrees already, and over there it's only just after 1 o'clock, and so they've probably got a ways to go too as far as temperatures go. Pretty hot down that direction. We'll get some humidity in here too. We still don't have it yet, and yesterday most folks off towards the north and east saw a couple showers. We did not see any here in mid-Michigan. I think it's the same thing this afternoon. Again, that small shower chance for folks over towards Saginaw Bay and the Thumb, and that's about it. Everybody else going to stay pretty quiet across mid-Michigan heading into the evening. But we do have the fair forecast to look forward to here. Looks pretty nice. A little bit of hazy sunshine once again, but conditions are still pleasant, and that's good because we don't have that smoke again working down to the surface, and so that's good news. Means we should have another great evening at the Ingham County Fair, or this afternoon if you plan on heading out to take advantage and enjoy. Now, the low tonight is 60 degrees. A few evening clouds fade away. The clearing overnight should allow us to get a good glimpse of that supermoon, and then you see the numbers warming up here. 85 tomorrow, 87 on Thursday. We also bring in some humidity. That's going to be the hottest day in the forecast. It's also the best chance to flare up a shower or storm. Anything that does come through would be very brief and would likely happen around the middle of the day, so between maybe 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. After that, we get back into quiet weather for the rest of the week, the first half of the weekend, and Sunday we welcome some showers late. That'll linger into Monday as we get kind of an unsettled pattern going, and it's possible maybe even that some of that rain as we get deeper out into the forecast might linger Tuesday. It just depends how the pattern kind of looks as we go towards that in the meantime. But another thing you'll notice about this first alert forecast in our 10-day is that aside from that day Thursday getting to 87 with some humidity, we really don't have much heat at all to speak of in this forecast. Average high is in the low 80s in early August. And make the exceptions tomorrow and Thursday. Every other day is between 78 and 83. And so that's right where we should be for the time of year. And so there's no big cool downs. There's also no big warm ups coming anytime soon. which really means we just get to enjoy a pretty pleasant stretch of summer weather for the most part. Even these shower chances that come through on some of these days, they are not washouts by any means. It's going to be kind of those quick hitting showers here and there. We'll enjoy getting them when we can, but don't cancel any of your weekend plans. Don't do anything like that. Should be really nice forecast moving forward. We love to see it, especially as you get into August, which I mentioned yesterday, one of my favorite months, if not my favorite month of the year, just because you tend to have some really good days in August. At least that's my experience with the month, is I notice that we have some pretty nice weather most of the time.
Yeah,
and this is no exception here.
It's a beautiful looking forecast with those spotty showers to keep a track of, but other than that, it's looking really good. Not too hot.
Right, and it's a lot easier of a week for us, the First Alert Weather Team. Last week, of course, we kept everybody safe and informed with what was going on with the heat, humidity, the storms, everything. This week, a little bit of a walk in the park by comparison, and so we'll take it. It means it's easier for you folks at home planning your day and planning everything out. We're still going to keep you up to date if anything does change, but for now, forecast looks good the rest of the week. You
take the dogs for a walk, go watch the supermoon tonight, maybe have a little bonfire, any of those summer fun activities. And being out at the fair, really good too, all week long. Again, weather's going to be great pretty much every single day. Thursday may be a little humid, but you get some water out there, you're going to be fine. Get the popsicle for the kids. I'm sure they'd like a little treat. Got to, for sure. Absolutely. Sorry, parents. Yeah, right. All right. Well, we always have a good tool, and I was doing this on the weather to make sure I could show people. I have it up, the First Alert Weather app. You can't fully see it, but when I go on here, I can find in-depth descriptions. I can find the hourly, the daily, the radar, and so we're going to show you now how you can do that. Yeah, all you have to do is download the First Alert Weather app if you haven't already. And once again, the real-time traffic updates, hour-by-hour forecasts, video forecasts, which are updated several times daily, and all those descriptions you see in there, when you click on those and you open them up and read what's going on, those descriptions were written by the meteorologists on the First Alert Weather Team, the ones that you see in there. And so all of it, again, right there in the First Alert Weather app in the palm of your hand, absolutely free, both Google Play and the App Store. All you got to do, search WILX Weather. Easy as that. It's the only one with our logo. It'll come up right away. Download it if you haven't today. It's, again, a very helpful tool to have, not only if you're here at home, but if you're traveling around, not only mid-Michigan, but anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country, even out of the country. I used the First Alert Weather app last week while I was in Canada. Yes. And it still worked like a charm if it is set to your location. So you can use it anywhere. Absolutely free. Great tool to have. I'll be honest. Actually, when I was in Greece not too long ago, used it over there too. I know. And it works. Yeah. It's awesome. You guys do a great job with it. We try to make it great for everybody, so let us know. We always accept feedback once again. And you can always provide feedback on the live chat option here. I always point to the monitor. This is where we can see all of your feedback, your opinions, your questions, some comments of just hi from East Lansing or wherever you may be. Yeah. And it's always fun to chat back with you. It gives that interaction, and we like to have that with all of you. Of course. But we will have more updates from Justin coming up during Studio 10 and First at 4, as well as our, we'll have Andy for the 90 minutes of news. But we want to share what is coming up in our later newscast. So, starting with First at 4 in Mid-Michigan Matters, we're bringing Beal Botanical Gardens, and it is actually their 150th year that they're celebrating, so pretty cool. Yeah. I know Beal also has some of their music in the garden. I've yet to check that out. However, during Mid-Michigan Matters today, we are talking about plant this, not that in Michigan. So we're talking about the plants that might actually be harmful to our Michigan environments. Then coming up at News 10 at 5, free sports equipment for kids. Oh boy, I know as school's starting back up pretty soon here, parents, you're going to need to look at physicals. You're going to need all the free sports equipment. And well, I'm saying it is free. There you go. You can get the sports equipment, and it's free. Why pay for it? Sure. News 10 at 5:30. This is a thrill. Well, you may remember the Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. It's now been retired for 2 years because a piece of it actually flung off and hit a Michigan woman in the head. Right. So they retired the Top Thrill Dragster, but Cedar Point just announced earlier this morning they have the Top Thrill 2. So we'll give you more details into that thrilling coaster coming up at News 10 at 5:30. And then News 10 at 6, we have the National Night Out. We'll tell you what it's about. We have our very own Jordan Burrell on that story as well. Also, we want to share what is coming up during our 90 minutes of news. But for a quick second, Jordan Nelson, I am seeing your comment, and this is so great why the live chat is an amazing thing. What's going on Michigan by Waverly East. So we will have more on that. I believe we were talking about it a bit in the newsroom. We're trying to find someone to send out to that. So we will keep you updated both on air and online, Jordan, when we find more information, and keep you all updated on that. Thank you for sending in that message. What we also want to share is what's coming up during the 90 minutes of news, a continuation from our reporters. We're going to send out to them live in the field.
Thanks, Taylor. Today, I'm speaking to Michigan's newest unemployment insurance agency director. She has new resources in store to make the system better for all Michiganders. I'll have that story coming up today on News 10 at 5. Deanna, what are you working on?
Thanks, Tanaya. It's been nearly 6 months since 3 Michigan State students lost their lives on this campus, and now the university is honoring those lives by canceling classes next spring on February 13th. I'll have reaction and details on News 10 at 6. Justin?
Thanks, Deanna. Now, today was day 3 of the hearing that will determine whether or not Oxford High School shooter Ethan Crumbley will face a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Now, this morning, the defense attorneys really cross-examined an expert and talking more about that mental illness that Crumbley suffers from, as well as a difficult home life. I'll have more on that story coming up for you guys later on tonight. Now, let's toss it over and see what's going on with Aaron.
Thanks, Justin. I'm Erin Bowling, and today I'm in Owasso to get a tour of a brand new child care facility that's opening up. This new facility is very exciting for some parents because a lot of them have been experiencing what they're calling a child care desert. They're saying there's a lack of child care available in mid-Michigan, so I'm going to be speaking with some other care providers to see how they're trying to fill those child care gaps. All that story on News 10 at 6. Mars, what are you working on today?
Thanks, Aaron. Mars Anderson here. I'm out in Diamonddale at the Michigan State Police Safety Day. Parents, want to know what's hiding in your child's room? We'll have more on what's hidden in plain sight in our 90 minutes of news. Back to you, Taylor.
All right, thank you, Mars. And again, Mars is one of our recent additions for our multimedia journalist. He's doing such a great job. So yeah, go check him out. Mars Anderson, everyone. He's been doing great. MSP Safety Day today. And yesterday he was at the Ingham County Fair as well, checking it out. So all of that fun. One more time, I do want to mention Jordan Nelson gave a live chat here saying what's going on Michigan by Waverly East. We are hearing some reports in the newsroom here. We're working to confirm that information, right? We want to pass on the correct, credible information on to you all. So once we get that confirmed, we will have that coming up during First at 4. Make sure you tune in. And we will also have more updates from Justin as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Until then, have a great rest of your first day of August.
Yeah.
Okay.
See ya.
So see what you can find.